am okay. Is she talking to me? I'll see you at practice tomorrow. Guess not. Still, clearly, she's not asleep, so I can knock without worry. So I had this clenched feeling in my gut. I wasn't nervous about dropping by the other day, so why today? Granted, I still haven't really had time to figure out this newfound interest in Emmy's well-being. I don't have a lot of experience in the matter, of course, but certainly this seems to go beyond feelings of mere friendship. But could I take that step? Could I even bring myself to risk what I have right now? I mean, it's enough to be friends with her, isn't it? Either way, shouldn't I just open the door and see how she's doing? That's why I came here, right? What if she's not dressed yet? The image that flashes through my mind causes my heart to skip a beat, literally. Oh my god. I should probably not ever think those thoughts again, not if I want to avoid a heart attack. I suddenly realized I'm still standing in the hallway looking like an idiot. Emmy still seems to be in the middle of a conversation, but I knock anyway. Hopefully she won't mind the interruption. You worry too much. Come in, the door's unlocked. So it is. I open the door and step in, which is about where I am and my thought process comes to a grinding halt. Emmy's sitting up in bed, her hair tousled from a day spent asleep. I think this is the first time I've seen her without those familiar beads in her hair. Look at her. Her gym shirt and bloomers, obviously hastily pulled on before I came in, are creased and folded from less than proper storage. Her legs lay bare on the sheets. I've never seen Emmy without her prosthetics before, yet here she is, her slender legs terminating in stumps just below her knees. But as odd as the sight is, I find myself more captivated by everything north of the waist. It seems that Emmy has finished her conversation with whoever was on the phone with her, and now watching my reaction closely out of her one open eye as she wipes sleep from the other, her expression, far from being embarrassed, is rather one of surprising wide yawn, one perhaps appropriate for such a small mouth. A grin that for a brief moment seems almost flirtatious tugs at the corner of her mouth as she takes the sight of me in. I can do nothing but remain in a state fluctuating between fear, confusion, and not a little bit of lust. Emmy hastily sweeps her hair over as, fixing it back into place before addressing me. You seem a bit caught off guard, Hisao. A wave of laughter erupts from her. I find myself grinning and rubbing the back of my head ruefully. Sorry, I've just never seen someone so disheveled look so attractive. Never seen you without your legs on. Never seen you look so, sorry. Emmy giggles again and moves to sit up a little straighter. I caught up with the movements of her shirt, very nearly losing myself. I was wondering what your reaction would be. The nurse called and told me you were going to drop by, you see? And I knew you hadn't seen me, well, you know, without legs. I responded with a tone of casual surprise. Oh, you didn't have them on? I didn't notice. This is almost the truth. I very nearly didn't. I'm not trying to be suave or anything, mind you. Some might think Emmy would get offended by that. Instead, she sticks her tongue at me and chucks a pillow at my head. Ass! I definitely catch the pillow and take careful aim before throwing. Emmy laughs and rolls to one side, dodging my shot. The shift of her shirt distracted me enough so that the next pillow thrown hits me right between the eyes. Oof! I retaliate, of course, and once I've retaliated twice, a war was bound to break out sooner or later. And really, when Emmy appears to have far better aim than me, well, it's just a matter of time before I have to resort to a suicidal charge. Gotcha! Eep! Oh my god. That's an abusive relationship. And once the charge was accomplished, well, of course I had to wrestle the pillars away from her. And with that kind of struggle, of course we'd wind up in this sort of position. Oh. Yes, quite. And so I find myself staring down at her from my position atop of her. She's grinning, eyes sparkling with amusement, maybe a little sweaty now from our tussle. Her chest is heaving up and down, sucking air. The small bit of my brain that is not currently enraptured by the sight and the smell of her observed that she must still be ill because her stamina is not what it should be. We stay that way for a while. I'm not sure how long, because everything seems to go fuzzy. Everything that isn't her, anyway. Her eyes meet mine, and deep inside them I can almost catch a glimpse of what? Fear? Longing? Hope? Emmy? A cough suddenly convulses her. I'm almost stumbling in my haste to get off, apologizing for every. Sorry, I shouldn't have. It's fine, it's fine. She gives me a reassuring pat on the shoulder. So, what brings you here? She's still breathing hard, and that causes her voice to shake slightly. Well, before I was so rudely assaulted by pillows, I came to see how you were doing. Wham! This earns me another shove, and I very nearly fall off her bed. Emmy's eyes sparkle again. I wonder how I never noticed how attractive they are before. They're pretty cute eyes. Consumed with worry, were you? Her tone is mocking, haughty, teasing. She throws her arm across her forehead dramatically, grin still apparent from underneath. Couldn't bear the thought of me laying deathly ill, as we both recover from a brief wrestling match. Emmy appears to fall back on teasing me. Well, I wouldn't say consumed with worry, but after you didn't show up this morning like a total wuss. Emmy pouts, crossing her arms petulantly. No idea what that word means. Guess it means like angrily, or I don't know. And learning all these new words, and sticking her lower lip out. It's not my fault. Nurse wouldn't allow it. Sure he wouldn't. I completely believe you. Emmy sticks her tongue out again. You're such a jerk, Hisao. So how was your day then, eh? Did you enjoy slacking off? No, not really. The phone woke me up pretty early on. The phone? Yeah, the captain of the team called to make sure I was doing okay. Also to let me know it was okay to skip practice. Good, at least she wasn't alone all day. Someone checked up on her. Although I couldn't help but think it should have been me. Oh, that's good. He really keeps an eye on you, huh? Emmy shrugs. It's his job. Part of being the captain means you know where your team members are when they're not in school. So I guess it was nice of him to call, huh? Yep, sure was. Emmy yawns and shimmies down into a more comfortable position. So how was your day? Kind of uneventful, you know? I went ahead and ran by myself and talked with the nurse about how you were doing. Shut shades. I measured through the day's events, none of which were particularly engrossing. That's when I'm distracted by an arm finding its way across my waist. It seems that Emmy fell asleep while I was talking, so I draw her blanket to cover us. She rolled over onto her side, and now one leg is thrown over my legs, effectively trapping me. Hey. Seems ashamed to wake her, but I have things to do. I gently shake her, but in response she only tightens her arm's grip on me and sighs a little. Oh dear. She fell asleep on you. That's how boring you are, Hisao. Piece of shit. My resistanceless position crumbles rather quickly. The feeling of her body breathing steadily is both calming and incredibly stimulating at the same time. Oh my god. My breathing cannot decide if it wants to relax or speed up. Relaxation wins. I find myself putting an arm around Emmy. I think I'm in love. The words slip out and hang in the air unnoticed. At least I hope they've gone unnoticed. Emmy whimpers weakly through her dream, and her grip suddenly tightens again. For the first time I've known her, I see tears running down Emmy's face. It feels like my heart is about to break. I instinctively tighten my own grip and stroke her hair, in what I hope is a soothing manner. Words of comfort, meaningless in this situation, spring to mind. Maybe I should wake her. Are you supposed to wake people having nightmares? I can't, for the life of me, remember. The decision is taken from me as Emmy suddenly jerks awake with a cry. Dad! Oh dear, this is more than I think I want to hear without her knowing. I quickly sit upright and gently shake her shoulder to stir her. Hey, you okay? What a silly question. Huh, what? Hisao? She shakes her head as if to clear it and quickly wipes her eyes. You had a nightmare, I think. Emmy shudders again and glances up at me a little cautiously, as if unsure whether or not she's actually up. Yeah, I guess so. You want to talk about it? Speedy internal debate seems to be going on in her head, which resolves itself with a shrug. Nah, I don't really remember much of it. Pretty sure she's lying to me. Some I don't think I should press the issue. Emmy shudders again and turns toward me, looking a little sheepish. Sorry for falling asleep on you like that. I keep my voice as soothing as again. Hey, don't worry about it. You've been ill. Yeah, I guess that cold medicine just made me a little drowsy. I guess so. Emmy does not strike me as the sort of person who'd fall asleep with a drop of a hat. Rin maybe, but Emmy's far too energetic. Emmy gives me a half smile at my response, and then just like that she's back to her old self. Well, prepare yourself for tomorrow morning, Hisao. We'll have to get twice as hard to make up for today. But I went running this morning. No excuse. Oh, fine, I'll be ready for you. Emmy nods, satisfied. Good. I take this as my cue to exit. Well, I better get going, especially I want to get enough sleep for tomorrow. I'd hop off the bed and head for the door. Hey, Hisao. I pivot neatly on my heel and face Emmy. She opens her mouth to say something, and then in another first, I see her falter slightly. She closes her mouth and opens it again. Thanks. For dropping by, I mean. You're kind of the first visitor I ever had who wasn't Rin. Now that's surprising. I would figure that Emmy's had people dropping by all the time. She's certainly popular enough, or so I thought. Always talking to people in the hallways. Emmy hesitates again, and thanks for staying around after I look at pain flits across her face. You know. It helped. She brightens back up and waves cheerily at me. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you later. Just about to exit the door when something makes me turn around again. Hey, Emmy. Anytime you need to talk, let me know, okay? Emmy seems taken aback by this offer. Her grin gets even wider. Sure thing, Hisao. See you in the morning. I exit Emmy's room with my head in a whirl. Should I have even left? Was she really okay? I want to turn around and march back down that hallway, open the door and tell her I love her, tell her I think she's beautiful, tell her that I'll be there when she needs me. I want to stay with her, to hold her close as she falls back to sleep. How many nights has she woken up like that? Only to find that nobody's there. I want to be that person she can be with when that happens. It's a silly thought, I know. We don't know each other that well, do we? Low idea, while exhilarating, also